In the newest pack of One Piece Vivre Cards, Mihawk is listed as having armament and observation Haki, but no Conqueror's Haki. This has led to fan speculation that Mihawk actually does not have all 3 Haki types, and that he is not a Conqueror. In this short video, I'll clarify whether this is actually accurate, and I'll actually give you the answer in this very sentence. No. Mihawk's Vivre card not listing him as a Conqueror's user is not a confirmation that he does not have said Haki type. While the Vivre cards are canon material authored by Eiichiro Oda himself, they have a long history of omitting this kind of information. We actually have multiple examples of these kinds of cards, where Conqueror's Haki users are not mentioned to have said ability. In Monkey D. Garp's first Vivre card, he is also listed as having only armament and observation Haki, even though we've later discovered during the Egghead arc that he is also a Conqueror's user. We also have someone like Zoro, who is first seen using Conqueror's Haki in his fight against Kaido, yet his Wano Part 3 Vivre card still lists Zoro as not having the ability. This is despite the fact that this very card depicts the scene where Zoro uses his Conquerors against Kaido. These types of omissions in the Vivre cards do not also apply to just Conqueror's Haki. For example, Ace's Vivre card lists him as having only Conqueror's Haki, even though we also know from the canonical Ace novel that Ace is also a user of armament and observation Haki. If you are still unconvinced by this evidence, then there is also the fact that the Vivre card databooks have always been prone to mistakes. Probably the most famous example of this is that Shanks' first Vivre card mentions him being a Yonko when he first met Luffy 13 years ago, even though we later discover in the actual manga that Shanks became an emperor only 6 years ago. This is far from the only example of the Vivre cards getting information wrong, however. On the official website of the Vivre cards, they actually have a page dedicated to all the errors the cards have presented, which by the time of this recording lists well over 300 errors in the different cards. This does not mean that the Vivre cards are a wholly untrustworthy source, however. The manga itself has numerous instances of similar corrections, between the chapters released in the Weekly Shonen Jump versus their final iterations in the actual volumes. And even beyond this, the volumes themselves have also brought up information that contradict things present in earlier volumes. What all of this means is that Mihawk not being mentioned to have Conqueror's Haki in his latest card is the furthest thing from it actually being confirmed that he does not have this ability. Information like this being omitted from a character's card has never meant that they don't have said Haki type. Even if you for some reason believe this still to be the case, the Vivre cards have also never provided information that the manga 100% cannot later contradict. Simply put, we still do not know whether or not Mihawk has Conqueror's Haki. If he has the ability, it could still be revealed in a future scene in the manga, or, even though I think this is very unlikely, in a future Vivre card or an SPS. Alternatively, it could also be that Mihawk actually does not have the ability, and is just a user of armament and observation Haki. Whatever the case may be, nothing in the story can give us a 100% accurate answer at this moment. If you like these types of shorter One Piece videos, you should check out this other video from my channel, about why, despite being a popular idea, the 5 elders are pretty much confirmed not to be from the Void Century. Other than that, thanks for watching this video to the end.